In Elizabethan London, Shakespeare is broke, out of ideas, and overdue to deliver a comedy. Across the Thames, wealthy Viola de Lesseps faces an arranged marriage to Lord Wessex, but harbours a secret ambition to act on the public stage. They are two people trapped by their circumstances. Will is suffocating under bad contracts and a collapsed imagination, while Viola is bound by laws that make it a literal crime for a woman to be a player. Desperate to escape her impending marriage, Viola takes matters into her own hands. She binds her chest, glues on a fake moustache, and sneaks into auditions under the alias Thomas Kent. Her performance is so powerful that Will immediately casts the young man as his lead. Meanwhile, Will crashes a high society ball, hoping to secure a wealthy patron. Instead, he spots Viola across the dance floor. Without her disguise, she is radiant, and Will falls helplessly, instantly in love. The illusion doesn't hold up for long. When Will sneaks to the de Lesseps estate to court her, he sees Viola undisguised and finally recognizes the face of his new lead actor. Will finally has his muse and a brilliant star for his play, but pursuing this romance, or actually putting her on a public stage, risks severe legal and social ruin for everyone involved. Rehearsals get underway, and behind closed doors, the moustache comes off. Will and Viola launch into a passionate, highly guarded affair, stealing moments away from her looming arranged marriage. Will's mentor and main rival, the celebrated playwright Christopher Marlowe, sees what's happening. He pushes Will to channel this intense, forbidden romance straight onto the page, helping him shape the silly pirate comedy into a genuine love story. But the theatre world is volatile. News arrives that Marlowe has been killed in a tavern brawl, over a bill, a fatal knife thrust in the dark that abruptly ends the life of London's brightest writer. Shattered by guilt and grief, Will abandons the comedy entirely. He rips up the joyful scenes and writes a new ending, pivoting his manuscript into the bloody tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. The tragedy on the page has become a mirror of the author's own darkening life. The real world strikes back hard. Viola is formally forced into her marriage with Lord Wessex. On top of that, an eavesdropping boy named John Webster discovers Viola's true gender and decides to turn her in to the authorities. Acting on Webster's tip, the master of the Revels raids the Rose Theatre. He charges the company with public indecency for displaying a woman on a stage and padlocks the doors. With the play seemingly dead, an unlikely saviour appears. Richard Burbage, a rival theatre owner who previously fought Will in the streets, offers up his own stage, The Curtain, to save the production. These logistical hurdles and the relentless ticking clock of the theatre business amplify a much deeper anxiety. Will and Viola's permanent separation is now just days away. Opening day arrives with a fresh catastrophe. The young boy hired to play Juliet wakes up with a broken voice. He can't speak a single line, putting the entire premiere in jeopardy. Over at the estate, Viola is packed and moments away from sailing for Virginia with Wessex. Instead, she slips away, defies her new husband, and rushes to the theatre to take the stage as Juliet opposite Will's Romeo. The audience watches mesmerized as Will and Viola pour the grief of their real-world parting into the fictional deaths of the characters. Just as the lovers take their lives on stage, the authorities burst through the doors to arrest everyone. It is a singular, highly illegal performance. For 2 hours, the fiction of the tragedy and the reality of their permanent separation collide in front of 2,000 people. But the arrests never happen. Queen Elizabeth herself steps from the shadows of the audience. She pardons Viola's disguise and publicly declares that Will has successfully proven a play can capture the true, undeniable nature of love. Yet even a monarch cannot dissolve a legal marriage. Viola bids Will a heartbreaking farewell and boards a ship to America, honoring her legal duty. Will returns to his empty room and sits back down at his desk. His writer's block is completely shattered. Dipping his quill in ink, he begins to pen his next masterpiece, Twelfth Night. William Shakespeare lost the love of his life, but the heartbreak gave him his voice. It ensured that Viola would live on eternally as his greatest muse.